arrives as last-ditch ceasefire and hostage negotiations this week. All right, Richard, thank you.
Let's turn to Brazil, where aviation authorities are hoping to get a better idea of what caused a flight to crash on Friday, killing all 62 people on board.
The aircraft was reportedly flying normally until it stopped reporting. It was stopped responding to calls and started spiraling out of control before crashing into a gated community near Sao Paulo.
NBC News correspondent Guad Venegas joins us with the latest. Guad, good morning. Let's start on the investigation. Are we any nearer to finding out what could have caused this plane to seemingly spin out of control?
Joe, Savannah, good morning. Well, Brazilian authorities spoke after they were able to recover the black box, which includes the flight data recorder as well as the voice recorder. Now, what they said during that press conference is that pilots did not report an emergency or any type of adverse weather conditions. So the evidence that they have will come from that black box and also, of course, from this terrifying video that we've seen over the last few days. And the wreckage will remain at the site as investigators continue recording or gathering more data. They're also being helped by investigators that are coming in from France to aid with that investigation. So as of now, that's all the information we've received from authorities.
We know these investigations can take a long time. Where do we go from here? How long could it be before we have more information about what happened?
Well, Joe, for now, there was a lot of focus on recovering the remains of the victims. Over the weekend, it was announced that all of the remains have been recovered and taken to a facility where they're now being identified. Now that has been done, the investigators that arrived from France have joined authorities, including the Brazilian Air Force, as they investigate the wreckage that we can see in these images and try to get more understanding. And, of course, as we know, these investigations can take months or years, and they will work with what you can see in these images, the pieces left, along with the video, and of course the data that has been recovered in that black box will also help them as they continue with that investigation.
Oh, they're watching the news now?
More about the victims, including reports that there may have been several doctors on board heading to a cancer conference. What do we know?
Savannah, we're learning it was a group of doctors that were heading to a conference, a cancer conference, essentially, to improve their skills as they battle cancer. And they unfortunately were on this flight. We also learned that the youngest victim was a 3-year-old. There was a family that family members reported this was a family that was returning to Venezuela. Also, there's reports that there was an attorney who helped individuals fight against airlines and specific lawsuits, essentially helping passengers that had issues with airlines. These are the first reports that we're getting from friends and family members of all of those that were on that plane. Of course, as authorities continue to identify the remains of everyone that was on the flight, we'll keep learning more about the victims.
Guad Venegas, thank you very much.
Things are heating up in the southeast and cooling down in the northeast. Let's see what there's no forecast.
This morning, we're with NBC Connecticut's chief meteorologist Ryan Hanrahan. Ryan, good morning.
Good morning, Savannah. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, it's awfully hot down south. Once again, we've got heat advisories in effect from Oklahoma City down through portions of coastal Texas, also Florida now, from Miami up to Jacksonville under that heat advisory. 18 million people impacted by the heat. But it's not hot everywhere. We've got this dip in the jet stream that developed over the weekend. You can see it here. That has allowed some cooler air to come down from the north. So Omaha, Nebraska today, check this out, 78 degrees, 6 degrees below average. The heat continues down south today. And it's the same deal tomorrow. Once you get across the Midwest, the Great Lakes, the Northeast is cooler. Tomorrow in Kansas City, 76 degrees for the high. That's 12 degrees below average. But Baton Rouge, Louisiana, you're looking at 98 tomorrow. It's going to be a scorcher down there. As we head into the Northeast over the next couple of days, you can see temperatures pretty nice. Looking at 80s, mid-80s in New York City, D.C., same deal, mid-80s. And even Charlotte, North Carolina, not bad at all for the time of year. Temperatures in the 80s. And the humidity values will actually be fairly low thanks to that air coming down from the north right out of Canada. We do have this fall, a storm front here across the Carolinas, down through portions of Georgia and Florida. And they do not need any more rain down here because of all the wet weather from Debbie last week. And because of that, a little more rain today going to fall out. Potential tropical cyclone number 5 in the Atlantic Ocean and toward the Caribbean. And it looks like this storm is going to strengthen into a hurricane right now. The National Hurricane Center has this storm becoming a tropical storm by the time it gets toward Puerto Rico by Wednesday morning, and then strengthening into a hurricane south of Bermuda by the weekend. Tropical storm watches up for Puerto Rico and Virgin Islands. And the good news with this storm, even though it is expected to strengthen into a pretty sizable hurricane, looks like it's going to curve out to sea away from the lower 48. So Puerto Rico is going to get some strong winds and some heavy rain. Right now, looks like Florida and the East Coast will be safe from this wind gets in. It's going to be Ernesto. Next one, just a reminder, is going to be a hurricane. Sure is. September 10th is the peak, so we've got a ways to go before we get there. All right, Brian? Thanks. Appreciate it. Much more to come on this hour. Morning news now. The Summer Olympic Games in Paris, well, they are now in the history books. After the break, we're going to talk about Team USA's legendary medal wins this time around, and then show-stopping closing ceremony. This all looking forward to LA 2020.
So what can we expect when the games return to America for what will be the first time in 28 years? We've got an inside look at all the prep work already underway. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Oh, we got new ones coming around?
Could be on the right path. No, they just need to find your number all in one place and get a clear understanding of the picture. So find the power in the right numbers and open the right doors with zero.
No, they made a mistake.